Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are coming for the first time, hi, I am Sanakshi, the content creator of the lifestyle blog Her Living Caps. So guys, with this video, I am starting a brand new series called Simple Path to Wealth. In this series, I intend to share all the learnings and simple tips and hacks that I have been using in my life personally to manage my finances and all, and to save up for my future. So it's been 6 years since I have been working, earning my own money, and also I have a very simple investment strategy that I have been using to save up for my future. My sisters keep asking me these questions as to how do I put the discipline to save every month, what am I doing to build my own portfolio for future. And I thought that, why not actually answer these questions for some of you. If you are someone who's just either started investing or looking to invest in your early years of your career and want to know how to get started about it, so then this is the perfect video for you. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back. So before we get into what are the 8 principles that I'm going to talk about personal finance today, first let's answer the question, why even think about it, right? Like, you just started working, let me enjoy my life. But let me tell you, these are super important questions, and I think one of the things that I did right in my life was I started reading about all of these questions, started trying to understand the importance of saving up even before I started working. In these last 6 years, I made so many mistakes, but I think I had an advantage of time. If you start early on, you can right all your wrongs. You will end up doing some mistakes, but you have the advantage of time. Also, second reason, I'm sure you are working really hard to earn all that money, but why not make money on your money, right? Like, why not keep it in a bank in which you're going to make only 4 to 5%, while you can actually invest it in much better alternatives and get almost 12 to 18% return in some years. And the third reason, which is the super important reason why I am saving up, is because I want to build my retirement fund, which means I want to live carefree once I retire. With this, let's get started with the 8 personal finance tips that any young adult should know about. Number 1, and the most important thing that you need to start with, is lay out your financial goals. Yes, guys, you cannot build an investment strategy, or you cannot even think about planning your personal finance if you don't even know what are your objectives. You need to know what are your financial goals for which you are doing this in the first place. This will help you build conviction, and this will also help you chart out your plan accordingly.
So here the simple way to do this would be to put your major financial goals on a timeline. For example, I have put here how this timeline could look like for a college graduate who's just fresh out of college and charting out the major goals that he wants to achieve.
The question that you need to ask yourself while putting it in a timeline is, how much money do you need to achieve your financial goals at different stages of your life? Okay, moving on to the second point. Before you start thinking about investing for your future, I would say invest in your present. Yes, this is going to be super important as to how you build your financial plans for your future. When I say invest in yourself, what I mean is you need to start reading and learning about things about basic finance rules, about basic finance alternatives available, investment opportunities available, pros and cons of different instruments that are available out in the market yourself. Okay guys, moving on to the third point, which is understand your financial profile. Now you know what are your financial goals, what are you trying to achieve, and you also know basics about financial world, financial opportunities available outside there in the world. Now you need to know what is your financial profile to curate your own personalized financial strategy, because let me tell you guys, every financial strategy needs to be personalized and needs to work for you. You cannot replicate what someone else is doing in your life. So there are 2 parts to it. First is understand your risk profile, which means you need to know how is your risk tolerance, and also you need to know what is your risk capacity. So in risk tolerance, what this means is, given your personality, your attitude, what sort of behavior do you have towards handling any potential losses that could happen in the future. Second, your risk capacity, what it means is, given your current financial situation as well as which your age, which means which phase of life you are in, how much risk can you actually afford to take. So this is the basic difference between risk tolerance and risk capacity. Risk tolerance means how much risk are you willing to take, and risk capacity means given the current situation that you are in, how much risk you should actually take or you can afford to take. Now the question you could ask is, all of this looks good in theory, but how do we actually go about understanding our financial profile? So do not worry guys, there are readily available tools online which could help you understand your financial profile by just answering some simple questions. So one such example is available on moneycontrol.com. This is a website which I literally swear by. I use Money Control all the time to understand about what's going in markets, how are most of the stocks performing. Okay, moving on to the fourth point, which is a very obvious point, and I'm sure a lot of people would have told you this, but still I wanted to reiterate on this one. Before you start investing in your future, pay off all your loans. Try to be debt free. If you have a student loan, pay it off before you start investing. Do not take loans for depreciable assets like car. So these are the things that I have done in my life. I did my MBA, in which I spent almost 15 lakh rupees. But first 3 years of my career, I just focused on paying off my debt. Because when I wanted to start investing, I wanted to do it freely without any, worry in my mind that I still have a loan to pay. Now, with the fifth tip, guys, we actually come to the execution of your investment strategy. Now you have all the understanding about yourself and also the investments available outside. You need to create your personalized investment strategy. And the most important thing here is that you need to have a diversified portfolio. Now, when I say diversified, it needs to be diversified across different risk classes, and it also needs to be diversified across different tenure or the kind of lock-in that you will get with each investment plan. So based on your risk capacity, you need to find your own sweet spot. So if you look at the screen here, there are hundreds of investment opportunities available outside, but you need to find what is the right mix for you. If you lay out all these investment opportunities from low risk to high risk, then these are some very common examples which I thought I would use to make you understand that there are different risk classes available in the instruments. Also, to diversify your portfolio well and to match it with your financial goals, you also need to know what are the financial instruments available in different tenure classes. So there are investments available in which you will lock in your money for, let's say, 15 years, something called public provident fund, or you could also invest in something like liquid mutual fund, which you could even take out your money in, let's say, 2 days if you need. So all in all, you need to decide two things: basis your risk capacity as well as your financial goals. What are the instruments that you should choose for yourself? And once you've chosen those instruments, what is the right percentage across these instruments to have a well diversified portfolio? In this video, I'm not going to cover a lot more detail on how you can actually build a well-diversified portfolio and what all these instruments mean, but I'm definitely going to come back as a part of this series with all the other information that you would require to build a well-diversified portfolio. So do come back and definitely subscribe to my channel. Okay, moving on to the sixth very important tip. Now you have an investment strategy already laid out and you probably have started investing, but it's not going to get you great returns if you are not reviewing your investment strategy every month at least. So what I do is, over weekends every month, I sit down for at least 30 minutes and I see how are my investments doing. One hack that I would like to share with you is try to have uniform dashboards so that you can actually spend lesser time reviewing your entire portfolio. For example, what I do is, for my stocks as well as my mutual investments, I use Grow platform. So this is a great app for people who invest actively in mutual funds as well as stock market. The best parts that I feel about this app is, firstly, even if you have your investments in different mutual funds with different stockbrokers, with different mutual fund brokers, you can actually track and bring everything on this app. Once you start tracking it, it also gives you an opportunity to convert your mutual funds that you might have with brokers to direct mutual funds. In direct mutual funds, you actually earn a little slightly higher return because there is no intermediary fee. Moving on to the second last tip, now you probably have already started investing, you're reviewing your portfolio every month, but the question is, how do you bring the discipline to do it every month? How do you put those X amount of rupees that you have decided to put every month? For that, what I do is I follow a rule of first of every month. Essentially, what it means is that on first of every month, I sit down to first pay off all my dues, which is the rent for the next month as well as the credit card bills for the previous month. Now, let me tell you here, guys, in case you are not using credit cards in your life, you are doing a big mistake. Why? Because I believe that credit cards have actually helped. I believe these credit cards have really helped me to put that discipline in myself. So what I do is I put all my expenses on credit cards. I have two credit cards, one credit card for the essential expenses that I cannot live without. For example, my basic groceries, my basic car expenses, how much I would need for some miscellaneous expenses. So these are the things that I would essentially need, and hence I put all these expenses on one credit card, which I call my essential credit card. I have limited the limit that I got on this credit card to that particular monthly budget that I've kept for myself. So this allows me to not overspend for any month because of course I get alerts on this credit card every now and then. So yes, I am saying that credit cards or using credit cards actually makes sense. But let me also tell you, credit cards are pretty dangerous thing if you don't use it in the right manner. So I treat my credit cards as debit cards. Which means I never use the credit on my credit card. I always pay my bills in full whenever it's due, and I do not end up paying any interest on credit cards. That doesn't make any sense. So with this, coming to the last point, which is also the most important thing, which at times a lot of us actually end up forgetting, is that you need to invest in health insurance, guys. Now, you've been making super amazing plans, also executing your investment strategy, but what could blow all your plans is if you end up having a health crisis, because it takes a lot of money. Your hard-earned money could go wasted because you just had some health emergency to pay for, and hence it's really important to safeguard your investments. To all the money that you've been saving up, you also invest some part in health insurance for all those uncertainties that could happen to you. So guys, with this we come to the end of this first episode of the series Simple Path to Wealth. I really hope that you guys liked this video and also found it helpful. Since this was the first episode of this series, I would really want to know from you guys how I can make it better. If there are things that you want me to cover in future, please let me know in the comment section below. Give your feedback. It's going to be really meaningful and helpful to me. Also, if you want more such updates, more such videos, please subscribe to my channel. It's going to be really motivating for me. Also, a great support in this exciting journey that I have just started. With this, I will take your leave. Until next time, see you guys.